Hello and welcome back to Captain of Industry. I've done a little bit off camera, not a lot, but a little bit. One thing I noticed was that this belt on the right here, the loose belt on the right, was filling up and none of the other ones were. And I was like, that's weird because they should all be going through all the balances and sorting themselves out. This belt here on every one, because they're all copied and pasted, was the wrong way around. So I fixed that. So that's now correct all the way through, and you can see food is actually coming out of the farmers now. So the messages we were getting saying stuff can't come out was actually because of that. You can see we still do have a fair amount of food coming on these belts. They do still need to be upgraded. This, for instance, is struggling to get out over there because there's so much on the belts. Well, the time it gets sorted down here, it's a little bit better. And then down here, these are all still moving, aren't they? Are you moving? Did I fix you? I did not. Ah, so that one was still broken. Okay, I missed one. So the food is now coming out, although the farms are now all paused. I have also disabled the... let's speed everything up. Disabled the upgrade of the belts up here because... Oh, that's why that's getting better, because they're faster belts. Disabled the upgrade of the belts because trucks are struggling to get over there. I have also belted in all of this with a couple of bridges for everything apart from this one truck, because it's stupid. So all the food farms are now connected. We just need to get all the belts built. For that, we need a lot more unity. To that end, we probably need to go and disable something. Let's reduce fuel consumption. I might even drop maintenance there a little bit as well to get us a bit more unity, to get that unity coming up. We have got iron ore coming in, which is beautiful. And do we have enough bridges? We don't have a bridge here. Ah, but they can get around there if they need to. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Oh, the other thing I did, I've also built the sour water processing. I say built, I've planned the sour water processing. So that is now good to go. So let's take a quick look at this build over here. So I've piped the sour water in from this bucket over to here. We have got 4 sour water strippers because I think that's what I planned for. And they have steam coming in from this helpful pipe here that's already carrying steam. That's very good. We've got 2 air strippers to get the oxygen. We've got 4 chemical plants making fertilizer 1 from the ammonia and the oxygen that's coming in. These only produce 9 ammonia each, so that's only 36. So in theory, they can only run 3 of these. So to that end, I have also built a couple of these, although I probably only need 1 of them, which uses some of the nitrogen that comes off of the air separators, the rest of which is balanced out if it's full into the smokestack. So we can run 4 of those at the same time as well. That's all dependent on us having enough hydrogen to do that, which currently we don't really, which is why this one over here is paused as well, but it's there as an option. And then we have the mixers that turn the fertilizer 1 into fertilizer 2 using the limestone that I've belted in from here because I didn't want stuff to have to truck it over. And it also uses sulfur, and quite helpfully something makes sulfur. The sour water strippers make, again, 36 sulfur. They need 36 sulfur to run 3, which is why there are 3 of those. Why those are in a poor state, I'm not entirely sure. But that's where that is. They use 60 fertilizer 1. We should be able to make at least 60, if not a little bit more. If we are making more than that, then maybe we will... Because right now the sulfur is balanced to prioritize out over here. If maybe we put a bucket in here to store a bit extra up, maybe that'll give us enough sulfur to do that. Sulfur right now is looking pretty good. Okay, so that's what I've done off camera. We're waiting for Unity to tick in. We're waiting for parks to be constructed. We are getting trucks trying to come over here, which they probably will need to do at some point if we're ever going to build things by truck. But I honestly can't see an easy way of getting that to work. Where's a little truck? You, come here. So you can not get through this mess. If you could get over these, you could get over here. You should be able to get close enough to pick up from there if you could get over those. Because that's probably the route you were taking when they went there. Now this belt here is entirely useless now, so let's just get rid of that. and use up a little bit of our precious Unity. Can we get a small vehicle ramp in there? Yes, perfect. Let's just build that. And then trucks can get up there, so we will turn that back on. Okay, so we actually have a lot of construction parts. That's pretty good. We just don't have a lot of Unity at the moment, which is less good. That's less good. We are also producing lots of research parts, even though we are not researching anything currently. Maybe we need to change that. This is all of the tree harvesters complaining they can't do anything. That's fine. We are full of dirt, however. So if these start filling up, we are then in a bit of a problem situation. And this isn't really filled to a level. I don't know exactly where we're going to sort of cut this off and bring this down. Or maybe we're not. Maybe we bring all of this up to height 4. But then does that become a problem with that island? That's all at height 4, so it wouldn't like spill into the island as such. So maybe we think about doing that at some point. We are also quite busy over here dumping our little land bridge to get over here so we can come up there. That's beautiful to see as well. What else do we need to do in the meantime? Well, major problem was the iron. I'm still completely unsure as to why this isn't planting over on this side. Maybe there are just enough trees over here that it's prioritizing replanting the trees that have been cut. Because these are the planters, aren't they? Yeah, and they're all busy. None of the planters are idle. So maybe they just have enough to do at the moment. I don't know. Maybe we'll start seeing stuff coming over there at some point. We did add more tree harvesters over here, so maybe the tree harvesters are just harvesting at a fast enough rate. I think our wood has gone up a little bit, which I think I pointed out in the last video. So you are at a point where you cannot get rid of rock, which is mildly problematic, not massively problematic, mildly problematic. Same situation over here. You can't get rid of rock and you are out of iron ore because they are busy just digging up whatever they want. So it's probably a good time for us to say we need to get this down probably a couple more levels at least. Which probably means we need to dig up a little bit of this ramp rather annoyingly. So if we come to here and then we ramp down and hope that's going in the right direction, it is. I suppose we could just come in like that, couldn't we? If we just come in and do a 3 wide ramp, that sort of reduces the amount we actually need to dig up. So if we come down there, flatten it out, is it worth going down another 1? Because it looks like we've got a bit of space there to do that. Yeah, sure. Sure. So let's come in there and do that. And then before they start trying to dig up the middle of that and getting themselves all confused, let's come over here and do something like that so they can actually get over there. Okay, I don't know whether they're going to do that anytime soon. I might force them to do that because they're not digging up a lot of anything right now. We might as well start just clearing this mine out as much as possible so we can start filling it. Because we are also starting to think about only 8 months of food, which is quite terrifying. I mean, there is a lot of potatoes over there. We really need to get all of this built sooner rather than later. Yeah. What we can do is we can delete the wheat and the soybeans because they are currently serving no purpose, same as that. And then all of... that is just wheat, yes. And then all of the associated gubbins that go with it. If there is sugarcane in there, quick remove it, although I don't really want to do that because I don't want to waste the Unity on that, I suppose. So what do we need right now? We probably need these belts here continued down. That is probably the main priority because if we can get some of this food that's actually coming in into a food hall. Yep. That's going to benefit us greatly. So let's start getting some of these belts done if we can see food backing up on them. So all of you And of course, once I've built these, it might make it a bit difficult to see where food's coming in, but, you know, first world problems and all that. So that is you and you, which is you and you, which is you and you. And then we're going to need to tell the food markets what they're actually going to have in them, but we'll figure that out when stuff actually comes down, I guess. So we also need you. So we need you and we need you. We probably also need these built so trucks can actually get through here. So that's these 3 belts on the outside. That's that 1 corn belt on that side because there's nothing else there. Is there anything sneaking in the middle? Yes, the bottom middle belt has got something on fruit, I think. Where do you go? You go there. Not you. Not you. Is it you? Maybe it is you. It is you. Okay. And then you go to, I think, this one. Which takes you to here and to here. So they've already... Oh, it's because I've copied them from other places, so they already know what they're getting. You're getting vegetables, so we can put vegetables on you. You're getting bread, and you can't store bread, so you need to be marked as bread. You are currently not getting anything. So when food starts coming down there, we'll start. I'm going to put all of these on none. Shouldn't make any difference. But I just don't want to confuse matters. So yeah, so one reason for saying that there's only 1 food market per food type is that they can then store 2 lots of that food. So this one's going to be corn. So they can double up the amount of storage they have inside them. Beautiful. So we'll wait for the rest of that to arrive. Whilst that's going on, we probably actually want to start thinking about... Because I paused all of these because we were having issues with... getting the food out of them, but let's do that so we can actually get the food out of them again because we do want that to happen now. We potentially had water problems, but I upgraded and we've got problems down in this end where so much stuff hasn't managed to come out, and that could be because we need to upgrade. I don't want trucks coming over here. We probably need to upgrade these to get food out of these balancers faster because they shouldn't be carrying on down there. But if there's too much food coming in here for the 2 belts, it will obviously struggle a little bit. Let's ununity both of those. I don't know what other food types we are currently trying to get, so that will do. Can we unity all of those? Oh, I never actually prioritized the outputs. That's why that's happening. Okay. Well, it's not going to hurt. Some of them are prioritized. You're prioritized. You're prioritized. You are now prioritized. You are not. Let's move that over so I haven't got to keep closing it each time. And you. And you. And you. And you. So there's a lot of sort of wasted food over there. It is what it is. Let's unpause those. Let's unpause those so we can actually start getting rid of that before the belts start backing up massively. Okay. 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 So yeah, we're still seeing not enough corn being able to come over these pipes. Did we upgrade? Not the pipes, the belts. Did we upgrade these ones? No, that's the storage. We did not upgrade those ones. So let's upgrade those ones. So these 2 always need to be a higher level than the belts coming in. That is something to remember. So we don't want food going down here unless we actually can't get it. You, we do not want you. That's because they're trying to get rid of the stuff that's in the buckets at the bottom. That'll just have to wait. So we're producing more animal food. We are almost full of animal food, though. We do not have enough workers. we can get 90 workers from you. Bomb. Problem solved. We also now have some sort of flu, a very severe flu going on, which is less than ideal, we're going to say. This should be running now. In fact, it is full of concrete, so that's beautiful to see. That's got enough stuff in there. Iron is full. This is full. So it looks like food is coming out of here fast enough. We still probably want to look at upgrading the rest of the belts at some point, but whilst we're getting food out fast enough, saying that, we haven't really had a lot of harvests come out, so who knows what it's going to look like when that happens. You do not have this belt, which is why you are not outputting that flour, which is partly why these are backing up a little bit. So now that should be working. You cannot get rid of your animal feed, which actually is this belt. That's because you're not connected. So let's pop that there. Then you can get rid of that animal feed. Yeah, we're going to have to go through all of these and just see what's going on, where we're having issues. So you don't have water because that has been missed. I did not want to unity that. I wanted to build that. So now you should have water. Let's let you run a little bit. You guys should be producing corn mash, but you have not enough space to output the corn mash. Where is the corn mash supposed to be going? It is not connected to anything. Oh, it is. It should be going over there, but that one hasn't been built. Let's build that one. That will get the corn mash then turned into this. We can see this is running now. That's running. That one's getting oxygen. This one is not because there's a single pipe there that's been missed somehow. So they should now both be running. Excellent. You are waiting for sulfur. That's because I never actually told these boxes that they needed to be filled up. So you need to be filled up. Limestone needs to be filled up. Salt needs to be filled up, although we're doing that anyway, but let's make sure we are telling it to. Plastic needs to be filled up. What other ones do we have? There's another plastic box. Is that unnecessary? Yeah, I think it is. We're going to delete that one. And we're going to come to here. We're going to come to height 2. And then we're going to come to about here and go up to height 4. We're going to come to here. We're going to come to here. And then we are going to break this belt and unity that. And then we're going to fix that, and then we're going to delete that because I don't like the fact it isn't a nice smooth ramp. Try that again. Please try that again. That's because that is in the way a little bit. That's not helping matters, so let's get rid of that. It's still got a weird little... Alright, fine. Whatever. Delete that, delete that. That's now sorted. They'll be getting... They'll be getting plastic from the original source, which is helpful. Okay, so you have got plastic and ethanol. You're making the disinfectant. You have got plastic and steel. You are not able to output your medical equipment. You cannot output medical equipment because that hasn't been built. No, that's just full. That's full because this is full, but it's not getting the disinfectant. The disinfectant won't have been getting there yet because we didn't have any, but that is on its way. which means none of that is running, but that's all fine. You cannot output animal feed, but we should have... I thought we had a return for the animal feed to come into solid boilers. So why is that not running? So that comes in here. We've got 2 belts coming in, merging into one other one. One of them is this, which sends animal feed down here to turn into compost. And the other one is what? The other one comes off of this, which sends animal feed down. No, that should be the biomass one. Oh, that's right, because then it just merges the 2 together. That's why that's there, because it merges the 2 into a single belt. So why is the animal feed not coming back is the question. So that should be... It's hard to tell which belt that should be. One of these belts should be sending animal feed back. Probably this one, I'm guessing, as that one... There's the animal feed. Ah, because we never built this belt, which comes over here. It sends animal feed down there. Wait, where's the animal feed overflow come from? So this... Wait, why is the animal feed not getting up there? Because that hasn't been built. That might explain that. So that goes down into a balancer over there, which then starts feeding these buckets. Okay, so that might explain that situation. That'll get those going a bit faster. You both produce more than that can output. You guys do not currently have enough in you to process. However, this sushi belt isn't working. No, why aren't you taking in more? Because there's canola on that belt. You can't do anything with canola. Why do we have canola on that belt? Same there. We've got a little bit of canola there. Okay, we should not be getting canola through. Because I don't think we can do anything else with canola. Where are you? Canola. We can burn it in a solid burner, which just produces air pollution for no reason. So there really is no reason to retain canola. So where is canola? Canola is here. So this one should be the canola one. Yeah, so what we don't want you doing is this. So I'm just going to break that for the minute. We do not want any canola going anywhere else. We might have to think about sending it down here to burn if we can't process it. But right now we are just going to have to remove all of these because they have got canola on. Which is a bit of a shame, but that's fine. And this now looks like it is slowly starting to process this back up. Yeah, these ones here were holding it all up really, weren't they? Yeah, we could upgrade that belt, but they're only processing stuff that fast anyway. Do we have more canola? Yes, we do. We have more canola there. Yes, we do. More canola there. Yes, we do. We have canola there. Let's get rid of that. We have more canola there. Let's get rid of that. We have more canola there. Let's get rid of that. This is a painful process. Get rid of that. As soon as we see canola, get rid of it. Yep, yep. Wait, poppies? We can deal with poppies, okay. But then we have canola, so get rid of that. So I'm just going to have to pause briefly, and we are going to have to look at all of these belts and just remove all of the food from them. Not you, you're okay. You're not. And anywhere we see canola has to be removed. Now we might be okay now. I think we're okay now. Okay, so let's let that run and see what happens. We've got a few workers if we need to get rid of stuff here, because you are going to be producing fuel gas hopefully quite soon, but we have nothing to do with the fuel gas. So let's unpause a couple of those, and you are the carbon dioxide processors. I don't know if we need you yet. You are the exhaust scrubbers. We will not need you. In fact, once we start processing that, we will need the carbon dioxide processing. So we may as well unpause that just to make sure that's all working as well. You are running. Don't tell me there's more. Oh, canola. Where did you sneak through from? You don't have canola because you are actually running. And there's no canola on that belt anymore. Or at that point. Right. Let's have another quick run through. So we've got vegetables coming through. Excellent. We definitely need to upgrade this belt because we can see there are 260 belts going on to 160 belts. So it's trying to put stuff in there regardless of whether this is full down here. So let's upgrade that belt. Same is going to be true for everywhere else. Let's upgrade that belt. Make sure it goes all the way down. You are almost making cake. You don't have oil, or but you're not never going to do it because you don't have eggs. And you're never going to have eggs. Well, never is a strong word. You're not going to have eggs for some time. So we've been ignoring these messages. We have a low supply of iron ore. That's fine. Well, it's, again, not fine. You are struggling to find somewhere you can go because you have all dug yourselves into a stupid, stupid hole. So we need to recover all of these, annoyingly. Right, so that should be those fine. We have food markets with no food assigned. You are going to be fruit. How's this looking, by the way? Much better. You are going to be fruit. You are going to be, I'm guessing that's potatoes. Potato and potato. Okay, and you are corn, but you are full of corn, which is just such a nice place to be. Cool. Do we have any other food? Where does it... Here. So obviously nothing on top, nothing on that belt there, and I think we've built all the other belts now. Cool. All right. Let's have a little quick run through over here again. So this isn't running because it hasn't got tofu. That's fine. It shouldn't. That will never run. This cannot get rid of its flour. You make 32 flour. All the flour goes in there to make bread. You can send the bread out because we can see that working. So that's absolutely fine. The bread will not come over to these until that's full, but we don't have the meat or the eggs anyway. So that's fine. You do not have water, which probably means this pipe needs upgrading. Nope, it means that pipe there needs to be built. That's probably more like it. Because you have water, you're fine. You have water, you're fine. You're getting rid of your biomass and your other stuff. You cannot get rid of your corn mash still. But they are using the corn mash. What they do not have a lot of is oxygen. There is a relatively simple fix for that, which is to just say we're going to build, nope, not to unity that, to build this one, and to build this, and to build this, and to build this. Wait, that's not an oxygen set, that's not an air separator. Let's not build that one. Just pause, that's what I wanted. Air separators. Here we go. So we need you. And your pipes have already been built, so as soon as you're up and running, you should start working. They cannot get rid of their nitrogen. That is because the nitrogen goes nowhere. Well, that's why they don't have any oxygen, so maybe we don't need that one. I'm just going to pause that again. So you each output 36 nitrogen, which means you are going to need a... I had a moment of panic that I forgot to start recording again. You're going to need a big boy, which we can fit in here. So we're just going to connect that to there. We're going to unity that and that. That actually needs to be upgraded, so we're going to unity that, which means that needs to be upgraded. So we're going to... No, that doesn't have to be upgraded. That should be fine. Cool. So you can get rid of your nitrogen. Maybe in the future we will think about doing something with that nitrogen, like turning it into ammonia. But right now, whilst we are in a bit of a hydrogen shortage, we're not going to worry about that. So you're getting your nitrogen, you're producing your oxygen. Okay. We are struggling to get rid of rock. We are doing great things over here, but it's a massive, massive drive. Is it a huge problem for us right now? We can't get rid of dirt either, which is more of a problem. So let's add dirt to the global dump. So trucks can actually start getting rid of that dirt a little bit, because we don't have anything at the moment we really want to put dirt on. Apart from here, I guess, but we never finished digging this up. And they're busy doing this. I don't know if I want to stop them doing that, really. Liming control tower has nothing to mine in its designations. That's sort of fine. We are going to have to come down a little bit more here. I'm a bit hesitant to do it now because I'll have to dig up a lot of stuff they don't want. So where it goes flat, which is here, we're just going to say that. And add an itchy nose. We have a low supply of iron ore. Could not store all the corn after harvest. Yep, that's because... Oh no, corn's actually fine. So we are going to still leave these going temporarily until we are satisfied everything is running, just to make sure we have this extra food that we can use. And then, if we can, we might quick remove it, or we might not worry about it. We also have a high supply of naphtha, so let's unpause a couple of those. Okay, then we also need to get this built to get extra fertilizer. How are these farms at the end looking? They're doing okay for water, not amazingly. You're fine, you're not. You are on a Mark II pipe that might need to be upgraded slightly, because obviously we're not getting enough water up there. You do have an extra tank to worry about there. Yeah, this is moving about as much water as it can, but that does then get split between both of these. And this one does have some excess that comes in from the pipes, which come from the pumps and everything up there. If we just pop back to our gold mine a second, what did we do? The excess water that comes from this system, we never... So it prioritizes in, and it has an in, and then it goes over there. But we have a water pipe here. To prioritize it out, this one connects to here, which is fine. But the water coming into this system doesn't connect to this unless it's this pipe. Is this pipe. Oh, which is also a priority. Okay, so yes, any excess water that comes out from there or from the things does get put into this pipe here. But that pipe isn't moving very fast because it also goes into these, which also goes into these. Okay. So we might need to think about maybe upgrading this pipe. If we look at this, that's full, full, not full, less than full, even less than full, not full, not full. Yeah. That's the problem. That pipe isn't big enough. So let's just make sure. I'm pretty sure we did this before, didn't we? But that is all pipe 2, isn't it? All the way up to the balances. Yeah, so it's not the pipe that's the problem. It's that the pipe needs to be bigger to get more water down there. So we can sort that. So let's upgrade that pipe and 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 that pipe, and that one's probably fine. In fact, we might not even need that one. I'm gonna cancel that upgrade. Cool. And then let's unity as much of that as we can. Hopefully all of that. All of that, perfect. Sweet. So, right, how are things looking over here? So vegetables are coming down, they're going onto the bigger belt. All the vegetables are getting off, nothing's getting put back over there. That's great. There's no fruit coming down at the moment, that's fine. You are processing, you are both exporting the flour. You cannot export more flour, but that's absolutely fine because you should be producing enough bread for us. Your food packs, we don't care. You cannot get rid of your sugar, which is fine. Let's just follow this through a second. So this one prioritizes this output. This output is not complete, so I doubt we're making a lot of medical products right now. That does not look like the right belt at that point. Wait a second. So you move along this belt, move along this belt, move along this belt. And then you break there. This is the fermentation tanks. So that is simply going the wrong way. Okay. Not that it'd have worked anyway, but at least now we know why that's not working. So you need that. You also need ammonia that you're not getting. Where are you supposed to be getting your ammonia from? One of these pipes. Well, this one is oxygen, so not that one. So you should be getting ammonia from this pipe. And this pipe comes off of this. You need hydrogen to make your ammonia. We never gave you hydrogen input. There's nowhere we can make hydrogen up here, I don't think, is there? We could put an electrolyzer in to create oxygen and hydrogen, but at a massive electric cost. We sort of need the ammonia. We could burn fuel gas. But then we'd need this high steam. Can we get high steam? What sort of steam are we making? Well, if we're making steam is the thing, I suppose. So we're not getting fuel gas at the moment, because right now that just belts all the way out, because we never... Well, for starters, that isn't built. Alright, I just unitied something. We need to go and see what I unitied. So yes, the fuel gas should come down here, hit this balancer, prioritize us down there. If it can't do that, it comes up there. So let's just assume we don't have any fuel gas. So we need to find that unitied building, which was making something. What on earth were you making? You, the ammonia, because you don't have fuel gas. You don't have hydrogen, sorry. Is that right? Yeah, you. Wait, why is there oxygen in that pipe? Why and how is there oxygen in that pipe? Hydrogen and nitrogen. So your nitrogen's down there. This pipe, because you are connected to this? Oh, because that's an erroneous connection. So let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. So what should be there is you connected to the top pipe. So that has put a little bit of oxygen in there, which we don't want. Let's get rid of that. And then you... what height are you? 2. So you're going to come down here. You're going to come down to height 0. Now that's... There we go. So you're going to come down to here. And then do we pipe hydrogen up? We already have a couple of pipes coming up. So what's one more, right? What's one more when we don't have a lot of hydrogen? So we probably want to come off of one of these. I want to mark one pipe. I can't see one, so we're just going to grab one. So let's come off of this, I guess. Which is going to... come under here. And then it needs to come under here. Nope. It's going so well. So let's turn the magnet off before you... Oh, have I gone right? I see what happened. I see what happened. Let's... get rid of a bit... Oh my word. Get rid of a bit more of that. Turn magnet back on. Turn magnet off. Can you get... Yeah, go down to there and then along to there. Okay. And then you have to come at height 5. You were getting stuck a little bit there, but you can get across to there. So come to here. When you get here, I want you to come to here and then stay at height 5. And then jump over those. I suppose at that point, actually, you may as well go underneath them. Because I'm not going to be getting a lot of trucks trying to get right up to there, so that's fine. You're going to come to here. You're going to come to here. Then to here, and then you're just going to get up here however you can. Come under there. And then where did we put that pipe? Over there. Well, we may as well, whilst we're here, bring you in over here. Bring you on top of this one. Come over here. And then break that there. Get rid of that. Copy this. Get rid of that N, because sometimes it does do a nice little bend in. Other times it does not. Turn magnet back on, because that's confusing things. And then you can connect to there. Okay, Unity that. Unity, yeah, fine. Whatever, Unity all of that. Unity that. Which goes back to there. And then Unity that, which goes all the way back to the connection. Cool. Right, so that'll get us some hydrogen up there, piped, so it doesn't have to be trucked, which is quite important. Quite important. So that will get us our ammonia. And the ammonia we needed for something. What do we need the ammonia for? Whatever the sugar's trying to do. Okay, so that's what we were looking at. Why isn't the sugar moving? So if we come over here, just make sure the sugar is actually getting down here now. Yes, it is. So you've got the sugar, you've got the oxygen. We're just waiting for the ammonia to come in, which means we're waiting for the hydrogen to come in on this pipe. That is getting there. Sweet, that'll get us 6 ammonia. You only need a couple. Awesome, right. Sugar. So if you can't do that, you go into this balancer. That prioritizes this one, which I think goes into cakes, which we're not making because we haven't got eggs. If it can't do that, it goes into this one, which goes into here, which tries to make ethanol, but you are full of ethanol. You're probably full of ethanol because I'm not making any medical parts, so that's all fine. That's working. You are trying to make snacks, but you don't have any oil. Why don't you have any oil? We had canola come down here. Oh, you are making some oil. Does that mean we have made some snacks? So you make oil, which goes into here. Comes over here. Hits this pipe that was never built. Then you come over here, and then you'll go in here. So then we can actually start making snacks and a bit of biomass, but hey-ho. You are waiting on sulfur, because there's a couple of bits here that were never built. I may have just unitied that building. I think I did, and I think I unitied another building at some point. Did I ever ununity that? No, I unitied the burner. Definitely don't need that going. Okay, right. What did we get to? Something was waiting for sulfur. What was waiting for sulfur? You. You were waiting for sulfur. You should now have sulfur. You should now have limestone. You will start producing tofu very soon. We've got a fair chunk of soybeans in stock, so that can start running. We'll assume that the outputs are working fine. Why not? So you have got canola and soybeans coming in. You should not have, well, you shouldn't have soybeans coming in if this is working at full pace. This does have 260 belts coming into it, so we don't really need 260 belts because these only use a tiny fraction, and if we do that, it's always going to send some of our soybeans off up here, regardless of whether it needs it down here or not. It will probably still be doing that. But then if this has got canola, it won't be using the soybeans, and it should hopefully always have canola in the future. Right now we don't have any canola, but hey-ho. We do have lots of stuff coming in. Any of these belts backing it up? Doesn't look like. This belt here, which comes in after these Mark IIs, however, does look like it's backing up, which is a bit more interesting. But then it immediately starts getting rid of stuff. We have some canola coming in, so that all seems to be working. Is the main thing. The ethanol we've already discussed. We have made some snacks, I think, but you're not going to do anything else until you have potatoes, which are coming, but the potatoes should be prioritizing going down there. Same thing, we probably have... yeah, 2 belts going into there, but only 1 60 belt going down there. So let's upgrade that. Which means we'll have to upgrade all of these at some point, but something for the future. You have got all your bits. That's excellent. You are outputting animal feed to this balancer, which is not currently doing anything. This balancer prioritizes outputting... wait, what? Oh, that's soybeans. Looking at completely the wrong belt. This is not connected here. Right, that's where that confusion came from. That's why you cannot get rid of your animal feed. Now your animal feed is moving. Okay, sweet. So you get rid of that. You should be sending tofu down here, which you do seem to be, which is beautiful. The tofu has a weird double balance thing going on, which should technically be impossible. I cannot for the life of me. Oh, it's not two. I thought it was like two connectors, but it's not. It's a balancer. Why do we have a balancer there? A balancer which comes out to nowhere? Oh no, because that goes down to a food pack. Right. And that doesn't go to nowhere. That's just a connector. Now what is that? I think that is just the end of a connector box, isn't it? Which is... yeah. Okay, so that's cool. So that's all running. Excellent. That's the main thing. You are making oil. We've already discussed you. In fact, you're already starting to back up with oil, so that's beautiful. Animal feed is backing up. We shouldn't be sending any animal feed down here. Which I don't think we are. Excellent. You have got canola on the line. But once we've got rid of that, we have then got rid of all of the excess products apart from this little bit of poppy that's coming in. But that's fine because poppy's supposed to come down there. Okay. Woo. Where did we get to? Animal feed. You. Sugar. Ammonia. Oxygen. Where's our ammonia? Where's our ammonia? You don't have nitrogen. Nitrogen? Oh, yeah. No, you shouldn't be doing anything. You should be on a balancer. That's what you should be doing. Because the nitrogen comes into here and then goes back down there to feed those. So we do not want you. Or you. Or... let's get rid of you. Because we do want to vent excess nitrogen. For sure, for sure. Nope, I want you to connect to there, I think. But excess nitrogen comes after this has had its fill of nitrogen. We need that to have nitrogen first, which means we actually need to set a priority on that. There we go. So these should be producing nitrogen. They are currently unable to get rid of all of their oxygen, however. Is that going to be a concern? I don't think so. Do we need to start venting oxygen? I just don't want them running full time. That's the thing. But this only needs to run for a quarter of the time, though, doesn't it? So that's now making nitrogen. Making ammonia. You are not getting your ammonia. We are getting some down here. Why are you not getting any? We are occasionally. You are not. That is because the other ammonia is coming down to here and going into this to make the anesthetic. So actually we do need more ammonia. We actually need 8 ammonia to run all of that. And this produces 6. Okay, so that's a problem. So we do need another one of these. Just wanted to build the building, resume constructions, because it already had the parts there. So we do need another one of those. If we need another one of those, we need 24 nitrogen, which should be fine. They make 36 each, which should be fine as long as they are actually running and processing all of the oxygen. I don't want them running for fun and just venting out oxygen and nitrogen. That's the thing. But I don't think we're using 16 oxygen there. And we're using, well, 36 oxygen there if we're using up the ethanol is the thing. Let's just make sure this ethanol pipe is connected and it's not working because it's waiting for things. It's not enough space to get rid of the disinfectant. Okay, well, let's just focus on what we're doing. So you're making ammonia. So you're occasionally running to make antibiotics. That's fine. Air separators are working somewhat, but they are also filling up with oxygen. Maybe something to consider. You cannot get rid of the disinfectant. You cannot get rid of the medical equipment. You should be taking both of those in, but you can't get rid of medical supplies 1. You are taking medical supplies 1 and antibiotics, medical supplies 2. But you can't get rid of any more of those. You are waiting for both of your inputs. You are waiting for hydrogen fluoride. You are waiting for acid. You are waiting for sulfur. Because we didn't build that. Okay. So you'll get the sulfur, you'll make acid, you'll make hydrogen fluoride, you'll make anesthetics. So why are we not getting the morphine? You should be making morphine, you don't have acid. And you also don't have glass, because we never requested glass either. Okay, and you are getting rid of compost. Truck should be coming up there to get that at some point. It isn't a massive priority, it just is what it is. You are working, you will be working, but you don't need to at the moment. You have got poppies on you. Why do you have poppies on you? You should not be set to filter anything. So how did you get poppies if that isn't set to filter anything? Wait, what? How did you ever get poppies on that belt? Did someone deliver poppies to you? Did I accidentally remove the filter? Or if you don't set something, does it just act as a splitter? Maybe that's what it is. Okay, poppies, poppy, go to all of those. Poppies, 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 poppies. Okay, so that's why we're sending poppies down there then, and why we're not getting a lot down there, but we do have some, we probably have enough. We are waiting for sulfur to come up here to make acid. You make 36 acid, you need 6, that's plenty. You are now making the hydrogen fluoride, and you should be getting rid of your slag down here. That slag bucket is full. That slag bucket needs to be emptied. I think they must have filled that bucket up. They must have filled that bucket up. And the rock we do need up here. So we probably need to mark that to say keep that one 200 full. Because that comes up here and gets used here. What is this pipe? That's the acid pipe. Okay, so you have anesthetics. You are waiting for the glass. We have glass. What an opportune moment to look in on that. Do you have some CO2? Not quite enough. That's absolutely fine. So we have glass coming in on this belt. Oh, we are so close to getting our first lot of medical. The medical is going to come on this belt here, which is largely built. We are starting to see quite a lot of backup, which is actually fine. We have no issues with stuff backing up. So we are going to need this. We are going to need this. We probably have some snacks coming that we're going to have to deal with. We want to have a big old stutter. That is the top right one. Yeah, okay. So you're going to come across to there. We want you. Right, so that should be that dealt with. You are tofu. So we also need... When you have a belt selected and you hit the Unity button, it empties that belt. I just learned that. How big is that belt? Oh, god damn. Oh, god damn. Literally all the tofu we have produced so far, I just deleted. That's, I'm not at all annoyed by that situation. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not seething with anger at that. So they finished dumping over there. Whoopity-doo. It's alright, I'll stop now. Let's just fill this in then. Why not, right? Which means we can start thinking about coming over here. I should probably start thinking about belts more than anything. Blah, blah, blah. Let's come over here. And we need to say a mining designation, which is going to come in. Is there a best place to come through? Oh, wish right-clicking wouldn't necessarily do that immediately. I mean, this is slightly shorter here. Or we come up through this bit, which is probably about the same sort of height, actually. So if we come through here, where's like the middle? On that one. So let's make a 3 that comes through there. Get rid of that. So we want you at some point here to go up to 18. 18's quite big. If we slope that down, that's too much. So if we get rid of a good chunk of that and go from there, that still takes us to there. Which means we would also need to get rid of that. I might bring that back a bit further. Might bring that back a bit further. So let's come back another 3. Slope it down. Just thinking if we do want to do like trains or something at some point, which might be I'll say it might be a bit excessive, but we are going to need it over here at some point. But let's do that. That at least gets us access to that. So let's go and find our fast team, which I believe was called the Flattenator of Speed. Yes, it was. We're going to edit the area. We're going to give you a rectangle. We are going to go to here. Excellent. And what I'm also going to do whilst I'm here is I'm going to say you can also dump there. And if I go and give you, where are you? If I give you, you've already got rock that can be dumped. So if you dig up rock there, you will get rid of it there. You won't try going 1,000 places to get rid of it. You can't get rid of that rock because no one was getting rid of the rock in the buckets, but that should be okay now. Okay. Where do snacks come out? Snacks are the top middle. No, they're the middle. So do we have snacks on the belt? Not that I can see, but I might have deleted them. Who knows? So the tofu should be coming down here somewhere. Yes, I got annoyed and I moved away and never actually finished building the belt for the tofu to get down here. So let's do that. So you're going to come to there, you're going to come to there, you're going to come to here. You are going to be the tofu, and you are going to be the tofu. Cool. Everything's looking pretty good. We're up to 28 months of food, which is wonderful. I think we're almost at the point where we can say, let's burn the other one to the ground. We do have snacks there. God damn it. Absolutely, goddamn it! I just did exactly the same thing again. I just removed every snack we had made so far. That was on that belt. We do have some in stock, but oh, I mean, that is so annoying. So annoying. Right, we need that middle belt built. Which means we need that middle belt built, and we need that middle belt built. It's already built there. It is not built there. It is not built there, which is this one, which is this one, which is split into several pieces down here. Come on, let me have it. Let me have it. There we go. Which is this one, which is this one, which is this one. Oh, this is split into so many little pieces. Now I can't even see where it is. Right, there's there. We've got a bunch of messages coming in that I am not able to look at because I am concentrating fully on building all of this at the moment. So you come over here, you're going to be this one, which is going to be this one, which is going to be this one. So you are going to be snacks. Excellent. So we have almost all food type coming in quite consistently at the moment. Right. How is medical going? That's where we left off. So you are now no longer to produce anesthetics because we never finished that little belt there. Yeah, of course. Of course there was something that we missed. But that is now producing medical 3. You're producing acid, which is going into this, which is looking... No, you're producing acid, which is looking fine. You are, yep, not able to make enough hydrogen fluoride, which is fine. You are making more morphine, which is great. You were waiting for ammonia, but it looks like the ammonia situation has backed up a little bit, and that's now working okay. The ammonia comes from this, which is full, and that's making the ammonia. Yeah, all right. Feels like we're in a slightly better position. We have nothing coming onto the excess belts apart from poppies, but that's absolutely fine because they should hit this bucket and come down here and start filling that bucket up now. We shouldn't be having anything over there. Right, what was this message? You could not store all of the vegetables after the harvest. Because why? Because the vegetables are full. Yeah. All right. That's fine. I don't mind about that. I think this could be stupid. I think it's time for us to get rid of all this. And to get rid of all that. Well, we've built another house, but that's not a bad thing because we were a bit low on housing. It's a bit weird that it's over there. But okay. You have nothing to mine because you went down there. It's not quite the bottom either, annoyingly. We probably do want to hit the bottom. Before we really do anything else. So let's go down. Not quite that far. That was not my intention. What are we at there? -4? Why is that? Why does that seem wrong? Okay. 14. Ramp. Ramp. Okay, you will ramp. That seems more like what I want. And then we're going to do -6. And massive stutter. Ramp. Nope, in fact, you should be flat. You want to come down to here. Okay. And before anything else, before you start doing something stupid, you are going to move all the way over there. And you are going to move all the way over there. And you are going to move all the way over there. And then, when you have left the mine, I will allow you to start digging again. I'm hoping we've got enough iron ore coming from this that we don't have an issue. We still have a high supply of naphtha. Well, that might be a mild exaggeration, but let's get another one of those going, which is the hydrogen ones anyway, because that's diesel and fuel gas. Okay. Diesel's fine, hydrogen's still sort of terrifyingly low. Is what it is, right? I wonder if we could belt that glass in. Is that then, are we starting to get a bit silly with all this now? We'd have to upgrade the size of this. We might start to get a bit silly. So we should only have... We should have 3 porous belts, shouldn't we? Meat, eggs, cake. No, and sausage. We should have 4 porous belts, really. There should be 4 things we are not currently producing. And if we come down here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's perfect. So that is working out okay. You do not yet have medical 3 coming in. But it's close. It's close. Oh my word, it's close. Hopefully that's enough medical 3. And we should start seeing this go up. Because we are producing, technically we're producing more foodstuffs for them. So they're trying to deliver the potatoes and the corn over here, but they can't. Water resource is getting those. So this one is actually being hammered quite hard now. That's because this pipe now directly feeds pretty much these farms. But that also uses this one, which is looking absolutely fine. And it also uses this one, which is looking absolutely fine. And if we really needed to, there's another one just there. So I'm not overly concerned about that. If that one runs out, that one runs out. Hey ho, we still have water coming in from there and there. Cool. And there are other water sources we now have access to. There's a little one over there as well, isn't there? Yeah. We're already tapping into this massive one, which is doing absolutely fine. Yeah, so I'm not too worried about that. I think that'll be fine. Like I say, we might end up, if we get to the position where we're actually processing a lot of stuff over here, and we're actually producing a lot of CO2 and a lot of steam from the fuel gas coming from this process here. If we get to that stage, then we will probably think about putting some desalination in to turn the steam into water and brine, which we could also turn directly into salt up here rather than having to truck the salt up, which we are currently doing. We have no sulfur there because we have no sulfur here, possibly because we paused this one. They do actually have some sulfur in them already. What do you... Oh, so you're not a contract, you're just using a mine. You do have full product, so if you're empty, do you go to pick it up? Waiting for enough cargo to pick up, but it's full. So is it because the sulfur mine's paused? If I unpause the sulfur mine, it does immediately go out. Okay, so that's how that works. That is confirmed. Okay, that's fine. We'll let him go and grab a load of sulfur and bring that back. The sulfur over here is... This one's marked for export, which is why this one, I guess, is a bit emptier. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense at all. But we do have a fair bit of sulfur there. So right now we have a whole bunch of Unity. We probably have... Oh, look at all this space. Look at all this space. We have to be a little bit careful here, because there are obviously a lot of other pipes and things around here doing other things. that we do not want to delete. Yeah, like all of that, for example. That's fine, 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 that's fine. That's fine. What are you? Household goods. You're now in a weird position. You might not need to be there anymore. Oh, but how good does this feel? How good does this feel just to have all this space all of a sudden? Oh, that's amazing. What a major... That's like our first major change to the starting area since we did nuclear. And we've been running nuclear for a while now with like no problems whatsoever. Apart from having way too much depleted uranium. That's the word I'm looking for. Well, we'll let some of that get collected. We'll go through and tidy some of that up. We'll check up here. This is all looking fine. We are actually full of vegetables. We probably want to upgrade like all of these boxes. I think we 100% want to upgrade all these boxes. But I suppose we'll leave it at that for now. So vegetables are full. Corn is full. Corn can at least get turned into oil. Or sorry, snacks. Which we are doing. But now the biomass is full. Why is the biomass full? Because of... Oh my god. Less of an issue, as that's a waste product, essentially. But I really wish it didn't do that. I really wish it didn't do that. And I've probably done that so many times without noticing as well. Right, anyway. So if we've got biomass coming down, we need these boilers up and running. So we also need that built as well. So you are going to take the biomass, you are going to burn it, you're going to produce pollution. The pollution is going to come out of this one. It's going to go into here, which is going to go loop back around. It's going to go into here. So we are also going to need to think about unpausing you. So if I press P when I've got something open, it doesn't pause it. But if I press U, it'll delete stuff off a belt. Anyway, you are going to take pollution, you're going to make some sulfur, you're going to make some CO2 and some low steam. The low steam is going to go into here and be vented into the air and turned into water, which is going to go back into the system. And the carbon dioxide is going to go down here and turn into graphite. We do already have a little bit of graphite down there. That's nice. How are we doing? Water is absolutely fine. Fertilizer is less fine. We've got some fertilizer in these ones down here. And 0 up here. But I'm not too worried about that. When we build the extra fertilized section down there, that will hopefully start thinking about sorting that. Right, so where do we get to? Where is the biomass? It was you, wasn't it? Your biomass was backing up. Right, you're backing up, that's fine. The bread's going out, that's fine. Quite a lot of fruit, not vast amounts of fruit, that's fine. Wheat is backing up because we're not using all of the flour, but that's, again, also fine. Because it also goes into cakes and sausages, but we're not making either of those things. So that's working all fine. You are doing fine. You can't get rid of the sugar, but the sugar goes into the cakes, which we're not using. And it goes into ethanol and antibiotics. You can't get rid of your animal feed. Why can you not get rid of your animal feed? Is it because you have a single belt down there that was never built? Could that be it? So you all have a fair bit of animal feed to get rid of, but that will work its way down. Now, hopefully, we're going to have to do a lot of these like little checks. Just pass over, make sure everything's looking okay. You've got corn mash and you've got extra sugar. That's fine. You've got the oxygen. You can't get rid of the ethanol. You can't get rid of the ethanol because one of these is full of the disinfectant. You're full of disinfectant because you are waiting for the other bits. You're waiting for the other bits because you don't have steel, because we never requested steel. Can trucks get to steel? I think they can, yeah. Okay. Cool. That'll solve that problem. That'll get everything running a little bit more. We will look at this iron mine, which looks like it has definitely reached the bottom. Excellent. So let's start just digging up. And we are going to have to go like into a lot of this by the look of it. It's going to be a huge, vast quantity of rock. But there's these little bits of iron in there I can see, and I would like to have it. Oh, that's all been done at a -1, annoyingly. Okay, and then we're going to come over there. We're going to come over there. We are going to very, very carefully trim off some of this. That's where it gets a bit dangerous. We're going to come down here. Probably sort of like this and take it from there. And that should be fairly safe for those. That gives them plenty to dig up. It unfortunately doesn't give them a lot of iron ore to dig up, but that's just the way it is. I think we probably want to turn this alert off now. Yes, you don't have a lot of iron ore. No, there is nothing I can do about it. Did you get steel? You did. So you are now making medical equipment. So you should now be able to get rid of your antibiotics so you can use the sugar. Right, let's just finish this quick run through of this. So you are doing the sugar, that's fine. You're doing the corn mash, we understand now, but you cannot get rid of your animal feed, so that's fine. You cannot get rid of your ethanol, but the ethanol is getting stuck somewhere here. While you're waiting for that, the ethanol doesn't get used anywhere else, I don't think. No. So that's fine. You are making snacks. You're mainly using corn, which we have oodles and oodles and oodles and oodles of. We do not have oodles and oodles and oodles of potatoes, which I'm a bit surprised at. Bit surprised we don't have more potatoes coming in, if I'm being honest. We might want to add potatoes in somewhere. We do have 1, 2, 3... 3 farms growing potatoes, which should be getting us quite a lot. We'll just see how it goes. I'm hoping we'll start seeing all of this filling up at some point. The corn is just absolutely rammed. So what was that? That was this one? Yeah, so we're making snacks. You are waiting on soybeans. We've got soybeans coming in, that's fine. You are using canola and soybeans. That's absolutely fine. We should be seeing most of the soybeans now coming straight down here and going into these, which is exactly what's happening. We're not seeing it getting pushed over to here. Awesome. Unless these all back up, but hey-ho. We've got a little bit of oil in stock, that's fine. Animal feed is filling up, that's great. You are waiting to get rid of your antibiotics. You are waiting for more nitrogen, but we have plenty of ammonia. You are waiting to get rid of your oxygen. That's absolutely fine. You are working. You are working. You are waiting for these. Oh, hold on a second. You need 24 of these. We are making 6 of these at the moment. Not because you are only a Mark 3. Yeah. Let's upgrade those, and then they should be making 12 each, which will be the 24 we need for this. Yes, perfect. So now you are making enough of those to make those. You are getting stuff in to make that. You are making this. Yeah, you say you're waiting for this, but that's, yeah, is probably just these holding everything up. That's fine. You're fine. You are fine. You're fine. You're fine. You are supposed to be turning animal feed and biomass into compost as a priority rather than burning it. You can't get rid of your exhaust. Why can you not get rid of your exhaust? Because you were paused. Do we want to turn it into compost rather than burning it? I guess so, right? I guess so. Okay, so let's do that. Rather than burning the biomass, let's turn it into compost, which we'll just throw into the ground somewhere, I suppose. If we burn it, I was going to say if we burn it we get water, but only if we put water into this system. Ideally we don't really want to just burn it, because we're burning it for steam, which we should be using for power generation, but we're not using it for power generation, so what's the point of burning it? Yeah, okay, that makes sense to me. You are making graphite, you are scrubbing exhaust. Soon, if you get enough exhaust, which you might not from that. Cool, right, I think that is a fantastic place to stop. I thought we'd get a bit further with the farms today. I didn't think we'd be in a position when we could say these farms are up and running. Like, this is looking good. We have got lots and lots of Unity. We have got 8 products coming down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, what? 6? Oh yeah, because we got no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we've got 8 products coming down. Should mean there are 4 about 8, 9. Oh no, yeah, 3 about, because yeah, okay, it makes sense. Yeah, so everything's coming down. Everything's looking good. We are doing okay with potatoes, corn. Tofu is, as always, a massive, massive concern and a pain in my behind. Snacks. What is our demand for tofu? 29. What did I plan for as our demand for tofu? Uh, 22. So our demand has gone up by 7. We also don't know what our demand for snacks are going to be because we never had them before, and without seeing snacks in there I can't see it, but the tofu is 29. We can make tofu. We can, in theory, make 36 tofu if we have 9, 18, 27 soybeans coming in per month. Soybeans, where are you? So we have 6. We have 12. We have 14. We have 19-ish. 20. Let's say 25. And what did I say? I needed 27. So that's definitely not enough soybeans. So let's build another farm. You are going to be soybeans. You might actually get a bit of fertilizer, so I might not need to give you anything else. We just leave you as a soybean only perhaps and see if anything else comes up that we need. But we'll just have you rinsing soybeans. You're closer to the fertilizer, so you should get fertilizer, which should give us enough soybeans to make enough tofu to keep everyone happy. Woo! And hopefully we'll start seeing everything backing up like this is doing. Bread slightly backing up. Corn massively backed up. Snacks are actually backing up. That means there's a belt missing for snacks somewhere. Because they should be there. There it is. Cool. Snacks are not backing up, but they are going down there now. Tofu is not backing up. We've already discussed that. Medical equipment 3 is backing up. Oh, awesome. Right. Whenever I start recording, I'm like, right, I'm not going to go for an hour and a half. It's just I'm going to get to an hour and I'm going to start wrapping up. And then I look down at the time and it's an hour and a half. So we need to get rid of all this. Quick remove. Quick remove. Oh, that might help us. Quick remove. That won't. That won't. That might. Yeah, we got lots of soybeans. We got lots of soybeans. We got lots of potatoes. I don't think we had that many potatoes before. That's awesome. That's going to give tofu a massive boost. Sweet. And there was one other thing I was going to look at doing. Yep, let's get some more unity on. I might even put the food consumption down. Let's do that one. Or that might push us over the edge, actually. No, I think we're okay. If we do vehicle fuel consumption, that's another 2. We should put some 0.99. Sweet. And let's fix you. What have you done? I don't know what your problem was, but we are smashing through that. That's looking great. That is looking great. You... it's because you got mixed loads, so you are driving all the way over to the sorters. Well, hey-ho. Is what it is. That's fine. I can live with that. I can live with that. And meanwhile, this mountain is being slowly devastated. Looks like we are getting rid of a bit more of the rock. Cool. So, I've snacks made it down. Are those snacks? That's tofu. I care not for tofu. I care for snacks. This belt is not moving. I want my snacks. Where are my darn snacks? Yep. I'm glad that conveyor is empty because I just tried to unity it and remove all the food on it. If I removed all those snacks, I would be upset. Okay. Is the end of this belt moving? No. That makes me think there's another bit missing somewhere. Which is there. The end of this belt moving now? Nope. Missing another chunk somewhere. Unbelievable. How are there so many tiny little pieces missing here? Is the end of the belt moving? Nope. Moving, moving, not moving. That's gotta be it, right? Belt moving? Oh, you are kidding me. I don't recall any of the others being quite as messed up as that. That's got to be it. Right, the belt is now moving all the way to the end. We should be seeing snacks coming down here. I just want to know how many snacks we need and whether we've got enough coming in. Everything else is looking very healthy. Tofu will be going up soon now we've had that little injection of soybeans coming in. I just want to see snacks come in. I just want to see snacks come in. I've never had snacks before. I'm excited to give people salty treats. which you'd have thought would increase the water requirements. Speaking of, 246 water, it looks like it's doing fine. I'm getting rid of the waste. That was my only real concern there. Biomass is going out, and what is this? Just general waste is going out. Okay, that's all looking good. Whoa. Pause. I'm going to have a look at that in a second. We've got snacks coming in, snacks and snacks. We need 25 snacks per month. How many snacks are we making? Snacks. Between 18 and 24. So let's build that, build that, build that. Build all of that, build that, and build that. I don't know if we've got enough potatoes, and well, we probably do have enough corn to handle that. Okay, and then you are running out due to lack of water. So you were all doing fine for water before, but now you've changed your tunes. Little hesitant on what I can do about that, to be honest. Don't know why we're not getting a lot of water down there. Like, why is that one so empty? Because that balancer doesn't prioritize any of the inputs. But yes. I'm a little hesitant on what to do because we lost the corn. Corn's not the end of the world. We've got a Mark III pipe coming in there, but then a Mark III pipe going over there. So if I make that a Mark III pipe going over there, that's only going to cause us issues. What I could do is make that a Mark III pipe and make that a Mark III pipe. Assuming that goes all the way back to the next. Oh my word. Yes. Yes, let's do that. We can't Unity it because we don't have the components. We don't have enough steel for it. That's fine. The only thing we will need to do is to get rid of that horrific mess. And put a pipe balancer in. So that we can just say water to the and we need a 3 from there to there. Water to that is prioritized. That's the only thing I want to do, just to make sure we are always feeding water down there. Cool. So with that pipe in the process of being upgraded, that will give us more water coming down this pipe. At that point, we can then say upgrade, 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 upgrade. Yeah, sure, upgrade. And then we can say, can we Unity all of that? And can we Unity all of that? Awesome. I think that will fix that. We do have now 6 water resources getting low, which is also these down here, which is a bit more concerning. But these do also feed off over there. Maybe we want to break that feed. And we could always put some desalinators in down here because we have the ability to make quite a lot of steam. Although from what? From naphtha that we don't have? No. From fuel gas that we don't have? Nope. From hydrogen? Absolutely not. In fact, we want to pause all of those just to make sure they don't try to do it. So we could make extra steam from the coal. So then what we could say is, well, we're going to be making steam up here at some point. Once this all beds in and backs up, we're probably going to be making steam up here. So maybe we do get desalinators going up here. We also have more steam being produced somewhere. You potentially produce more steam, but that relies on having fuel gas, so that's no good for us. Maybe we need to think about this setup and balancing this in some way. I don't know. Cool. Anyway, let's start thinking about finishing up, shall we? Well, what a productive episode of Captain of Industry that was. We are in such a better position now. We have got all of the new farms up and running. We have got more food types coming into our housing than we've ever had before. We have got medical 3, which we've never had before. Need to be very careful to not delete the wrong pipe. And things are all coming up Millhouse, as the cool kids say. Oh, what a day to be alive. We don't need that, we don't need that, we don't need that. So that tidies all of that up as well. That's probably going to mean there's going to be a dead pipe in there somewhere. Oh my word. Everything is amazing. Yeah, because you are the organic fertilizer. No, wait a second. Yeah, no. Went too far. Went too far. Knew it would happen. Damn it, it's too late to cancel. Or I've clicked the wrong one. Click the wrong. Cancel deconstruction. Cancel deconstruction. Cancel deconstruction. What is this one? This is bringing fertilizer 1 down. I think that's fine to get rid of. But this one we actually want. That takes organic fertilizer up to the thing. Cool. All right. If you're enjoying this, if you're continuing to enjoy this, if you love this as much as I do, hit that like button, comment, subscribe, all those amazing things. I will see you next time in Captain of Industry, where we wonder why they're just sitting on a bunch of limestone. It's because everything's full of limestone. Excellent. Did I say I'll see you next time? I can't remember. As always, thank you very much for joining me.